My mother has never bought herself a new pair of shoes. Let me rephrase that. In my entire 27 years on this planet, I have never once seen my mother purchase footwear that didn't come from a thrift store, or a clearance rack so deep it might as well have been a dungeon. And here's the part that'll mess with you. We grew up in a nice house, nice neighborhood. We were fine, more than fine. But watching her squeeze her feet into someone else's worn-down soles taught me a lesson no textbook ever could. That spending money on yourself isn't just frivolous, it's practically immoral. That was my first money script, and I had no idea it was running my entire life. I'm Aiden. Welcome to Aiden Invests. And before we go any further, I want to be straight with you. 3 years ago, I had a 510 credit score, $11,000 in credit card debt, and absolutely zero understanding of why. I wasn't broke because of my income. I was broke because of my childhood. It took me 2 years, one brutally honest conversation with a financial therapist, and an embarrassing number of hours on Reddit's personal finance forum to finally connect the dots. And what I found changed everything. So today I want to share it with you, because I genuinely wish someone had shown me this sooner. Psychologists call them money scripts. And here's what makes them so dangerous. Nobody installs them consciously. Nobody sits you down at age 7 and says, let me teach you a dysfunctional relationship with money. You just absorb it, like a sponge, watching, listening, downloading code you never agreed to run. And by the time you're an adult making real financial decisions, that code is already in charge. There are 4 main money scripts, and I promise you will recognize yourself in at least one of them. The first one is money avoidance. That was my mom's. The belief that money is bad, that rich people are greedy, that wanting nice things makes you shallow, that spending on yourself is selfish. For her, it looked like thrift store shoes and clearance rack everything, even when we didn't need to live that way. For me, it looked like the opposite. And that's the sneaky thing about money scripts. Sometimes they don't just repeat in you, sometimes they detonate. So naturally, I rebelled. Hard. For years, I was on a covert mission to prove I wasn't my mother. I bought the fancy coffee. $7. Every single day like it was my job. I leased the car I absolutely could not afford. But hey, leather seats. I treated my credit card like a high five for existing, just for being me. Swipe. Good job, Aiden. And let me tell you, sticking it to my mom's frugal ghost felt amazing, right up until the moment I realized I'd maxed out my rebellion and my credit score into a very expensive lesson. Turns out the opposite of a money script isn't freedom. It's just a different kind of trap. The second script is money worship, the belief that more money will fix everything. Your problems, bigger paycheck. Your unhappiness, next promotion. Your emptiness, just need to hit the next number. I had a roommate in college. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus's dad worked 3 jobs, never home. Marcus grew up believing happiness was just over the next financial hill. So he chased it. Got the raise, wanted the next one, got the apartment, wanted the bigger one. The goalposts never stopped moving. And the brutal truth about money worship is that it's a treadmill that never turns off. You keep running and running and the finish line doesn't exist. And meanwhile, your whole actual life is passing by on the sides, and you're too busy sprinting to notice. Third script, money status. This one is enormous in America specifically. The belief that your net worth equals your self-worth. That your car, your watch, your zip code, that's who you are. That's your value as a human being. I was at a barbecue in Austin last year. 3 guys standing in a circle, beers in hand, talking about their portfolios like it was a competition. And I watched them. Really watched them. One of them kept checking his phone when the other 2 weren't looking. Not casually, nervously, like he was waiting for a text he didn't want to get. Later, I found out from a mutual friend that 2 of them were carrying credit card balances just to afford the lifestyle they were pretending to have. And here's what got me. They weren't bad people. They were smart, funny, generous. They were just performing a version of success they couldn't actually afford. Because somewhere along the way, someone taught them that looking wealthy and being wealthy were the same thing. They're not. And that confusion is quietly gutting people in every city in this country. Fourth script. Money vigilance. This is my mom turned up to 11. Hyper-awareness. Extreme caution. Total secrecy around money. On the surface, this looks like wisdom. And honestly, some of it is. Caution is good. Saving is good. But when vigilance tips into obsession, it stops being protection and starts being a prison. I know a couple. Combined, They have over $800,000 saved. They won't go out to dinner. Feels wasteful. They pause movies to turn off lights in empty rooms. One vacation in 11 years. They went to a lake. Came back early because they were worried about the house. I sat in their living room once and realized I couldn't remember the last time I heard either of them laugh. They are safe. They have everything they were told to want. And somewhere along the way, they forgot what any of it was for. So here's the question I had to ask myself. And here's the one I want you to sit with right now. What did you learn about money before you were old enough to question it? Not what you know intellectually, what you feel when a bill arrives, what you feel when you want something nice, what you feel when someone asks what you earn. That feeling, that automatic gut-level reaction, that's your script talking. And if you sit with it long enough, you might start to notice something. That voice in your head, it's not actually yours, it's your dad's, or your mom's, or your grandmother's, the one who lived through something you'll never have to live through. You've been running their survival software on your modern life, and it doesn't fit anymore. Here's what actually helped me, and I'm not going to dress it up as a 5-step system, because it wasn't. It was messy and slow, and it started with one simple shift. I got curious instead of judgmental. The next time I felt the urge to swipe my card for something I didn't need, instead of just doing it or white-knuckling my way through not doing it, I paused. And I asked myself one question: whose voice is that? Because it was never really my voice, it was my mom's, or her mom's before her. And the moment I could see that, really see it, the script lost some of its power over me. I started keeping a money journal. Nothing fancy, just notes in my phone. One entry said, felt the urge to buy $400 headphones today. Actual feeling, lonely. I wasn't buying headphones. I was buying a 5-minute vacation from my feelings. And once I could see that clearly I could make a real choice instead of running old code on autopilot. And here's the thing I want you to hear about your parents. My mom isn't broken for not buying herself shoes. She grew up watching her own parents survive a recession with almost nothing. Her script was her survival guide. It kept her family safe. It kept us safe. I'm not here to villainize her for it. I'm here to say that script was hers, and I get to decide if it's mine. You can love where you came from and still choose not to live there forever. You can honor your parents and still write your own story. A story where money isn't a source of shame or a scorecard or a measure of your worth as a human being. Just a tool you actually know how to use. If this hit something real for you, subscribe to Aiden Invests. We talk about money like actual human beings here, not robots with spreadsheets. And drop a comment below. Which script did you inherit? Money avoidance? Worship? Status? Vigilance? Or some chaotic combination of all four like me? I read every single one. Let's figure this out together.